All right, welcome to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everybody.
And today we're going to be talking about the media response to Andrew Yang on the Rocky Steps in Philadelphia, declaring himself the underdog and the nerdiest campaign right now in America, and a couple of the actual kind of gaffes that he had. I don't know if you want to call it a gaffe, but some of the optically interesting things that happened while he was in Philadelphia. Cody, tell us what's going on, my man.
All right, cool. So I'm sure some of you guys watching know, everyone. Andrew Yang actually had a rally last night. It would have been Tuesday night in Philadelphia. And he actually held it from the steps where Rocky famously ran up. Sorry about that, guys. I got my hair caught up there. Anyway,
that's a great shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I just gotta point that out.
Well, hold on. I want to speaking of points, I want to shout out our good friend of the show, Alyssa Monet Mason. She was actually at the rally. And, here's a shot of what it was like actually from behind the rally during the event. You can see it was right there in the same steps that Rocky ran up. You can kind of see over here they're painting across. And
there's Padgett's little sister right there.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Looking a little bit serious, though.
Yeah, in Philadelphia. That's where she lives.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then here's the happiest Yang fan known to man. Where is she? Where's Alyssa Monet Mason? She has, like, the hugest smile in this live stream.
She's filming.
Oh, no, but she does like a little selfie pullback here in a second, doesn't she?
It's like a 30-minute video. That's what I have. Okay. Anyway, so here's the turnout. Turnout was actually pretty good. I would say we had you guys beat in L.A., but turnout was pretty good. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because we were taking a look at how the media responded to this. To be frank, I don't remember a whole lot of media coverage of his L.A. rally that we attended. I think maybe like one of the smaller local papers wrote about it. But now, Andrew Yang visit Philadelphia, and we have a couple articles here. First one I want to take a look at is from the Washington Post. It says, at Philadelphia rally, Andrew Yang casts himself as underdog.
Yeah.
And the thing I want to mostly highlight from this is, big thing with Andrew Yang in the media is he seems to get a lot of...
Seams and tens just came out as teams.
Probably.
But he seems to get.
He seems to get a lot of it seems like either backhanded comments or ignored. Oh, that happens a lot. Now, I just thought it was really interesting to see in this article. Nothing bombshell or crazy from this, but it's actually a pretty fair, balanced article of what actually happened there at the event. There's very little editorializing about how he wants to give people money away. And actually, a lot of it was speaking to members of the Yang gang. I thought was really cool.
Okay.
This is actually just a quote from Alex the last election worrying about who was going to win, and it came back to bite us. I think you support the person you believe in. I think Andrew Yang is the best candidate by far. He's the only person thinking outside of the box. And this article is mostly just full of people like this. As he waited for Yang to speak, Olsen scrawled a handmade sign of support with the words, "Nevertheless, Yang persisted." That sign reflects a statement by Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, in 2017 after Republican lawmakers voted to formally silence Elizabeth Warren. Now a Democratic presidential candidate, as she was reading a letter from critic Scott King. Keeps going. My point being, though, these articles actually showed a pretty fair and balanced take, and it seems to me this is when you could tell when a candidate's really, really starting to make strides with the media, is when they start covering you fairly. There seems to be this habit of when they think you're some novelty goof candidate, you're only going to get stories like, some guy giving money away. I don't know. He had 50 people showed up. Who cares? But this is a really fair article just talking about the thing. They mentioned that he wants to give away $1,000 a month. By the way, that did work off. Every article talks about it. It's what they talk about when they talk about Yang all the time. Mm-hmm. They mentioned the money he raised. They do mention that even though Yang raised $1 million in a couple days, that Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders make plenty of money, so that's not exactly it. But still, and they ended with the quote, "We're a city where we have the lowest per capita income of any city of our size, and there's not enough discussion about how much a community like West Philly would get every single month with the UBI. What that means over time, just that constant investment of resources." That was Daniel Marzik. I thought that was a really cool one. And then this was the other one I wanted to highlight. This is really I want to go into kind of my biggest takeaway from seeing Andrew Yang speak in Philly. As fans of Andrew Yang, who've seen his speeches, I could almost give you an Andrew Yang speech at these rallies. Off the top of my head, I could probably recite half of it. And he said a lot of the same. Again, that's not really the point of his speech, is to go out there and wow people with this new material, right? It's kind of like, I'm going to come out here, give you the greatest hits, let everyone see me. However, they bring up something in this, the Philadelphia Inquirer. They bring up something really interesting here. And they mention about halfway down where they say that his supporters really seem to do their homework. Here we go. Yang drew a crowd of 400 mostly younger, faithful supporters who clearly do their homework. When he discussed the need to replace GDP as the measure of economic success, he said U.S. life expectancy had dropped 3 years in a row for the first time since when? And the crowd shouted back, 1918. This is the thing. That's right, 1918, the year of the Spanish flu. You know what? If he had said, and what happened in 1918? They probably would have yelled back, Spanish flu. And that was the big thing I wanted to take away from this. We can get to you, and I want to get your takeaway, but that was the big takeaway I had seeing this rally in Philly. It's just one of his latest. He's in rallies all across the country, but that is the thing with Andrew Yang that stands out. Because when he shows up, man, people, they aren't just, I support Biden, I guess. Hey, Biden. Like, no, they watch the interviews. They probably knew that speech because they've seen him give it 4 times, and they watched him give it 4 times on videos, and they show up to hear it. Like, the experience around the Andrew Yang thing, I think that's a big thing not to be understated. Like, it seemed to me, well, like I said, 400. Pretty sure we beat him in L.A. I think we had close to 1,000 in L.A. But still, nothing.
Oh, there was a ton of people in L.A. in Pershing Square.
But here's the thing: Elizabeth Warren rallies can draw thousands. Bernie Sanders rallies can draw thousands. They don't seem to draw this level of fervor. They don't seem to draw, like I said, there isn't deep cuts in your speech that people are relaying lines to you like there is with Andrew Yang, and that's really what stands out. I think that's what stands out again here. You know, when he gives his speech right here on the steps of the Rocky Steps, right? I mean, just the fact that Andrew Yang has got, I mean, he has a gang. He's got the Yang gang, and they show up. And I mean, like I said, we're going to be there when he does his next rally in L.A., doing probably the same thing. And hearing the speech him give it, we know the answers already. And I think that's starting, the media is finally starting to wake up to that and give him more of a fair shake. Again, it's a couple articles. I'm not going to say all of a sudden he's the media darling. But I think it was cool seeing a bit more of a fair representation of Andrew Yang's overall what he brings when he shows up to your city. I thought these articles did a good job of summing up what actually happens when the Yang gang hits the streets, so to speak.
And by the way, I'm thinking the first thing that popped into my mind is nothing more embodies the math and data-driven, energy of the Yang campaign and the Yang gang than the chance being actual facts and data sets. Like, think about it. When do we form GDP? 1918, like everything.
Well, Spanish, that was the life expectancy.
Oh, so yeah, I'm botching it already, know. But like, how hilarious is like everything a 7th grade or a 6th grade history teacher hopes to accomplish with a sea full of children in front of them is basically what Andrew Yang is effectively doing. And well, I do have to say,
though. He's motivating people, right?
Yeah, and it is a little bit refreshing while you go to other rallies. And, though I don't think Donald Trump was actually saying lock her up, optically that couldn't be bad, a chant to be imprisoning your political opponents. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look, and by the way, it's the same. Like there's, impeach Donald Trump or not my president. It's not a good look, this idea that you don't participate in a society that just won an election, right? So while everybody else in this clown world is chanting verbs based off of political revolution, dissent, bloodshed, or imprisonment, the Yang gang is out there, chanting PowerPoint, Spanish flu, 1918, the robots are coming. There's like 17 different chants that can spontaneously break out at an Andrew Yang concert, shall we say, that refreshingly are not verbs based upon political persecution or exclusion. And I must say that I appreciate that. However, speaking about semi-gaffes and optics, there was a little bit of a boo-boo.
This is a tough one.
This is a boo-boo.
He's going to have to go back to Philadelphia just to make this right. This is from the Philly Voice.
Yeah, let's see it, man.
Andrew Yang ordered a chicken cheesesteak from Jersey Mike's while in Philly, which is rough. The presidential hopeful opted for convenience over quality on Tuesday, and we think that it could cost him. Yikes. So, while it wasn't all fun and games in Philadelphia, we see right here that, where was it? Here's a response from people in Philadelphia. Man, there's no way a real Philadelphian can vote for you now. Listen, I live in Southern Florida, and I bet that I could find you 4 awesome sandwich shops. Oh, that's got to be a part of Philly. Anyway, people weren't necessarily happy, but I thought there was a great... Again, this is a joke. It's not 100% serious, but he does mention something neat here. He says, what I'm saying is there is no room to make easy mistakes when you're running a long-shot presidential campaign. If Yang returns to Philly in the months before the field gets narrower, his to-do list should start with getting a quality cheesesteak in the country's best city. I would say... just to look into what's the it's obviously a goof, right? Like I don't think anyone's got their pitchforks out because saying it out loud that he went to Philadelphia and got a chicken cheesesteak from Jersey Mike's, it does sound pretty bad. But I do think it's a neat point though. When you're running this long shot campaign, don't turn down layups. It sounds goofy, but there's a reason why politicians go to Philadelphia and eat a freaking what is it called? An official Philly cheesesteak, and the cameras are there, and I love Philly. They do that because people are shallow for the most part, and will go, yeah, Philly.
Yeah.
So I thought it was kind of like, you think when he was about to order it, he'd be like, hold on a minute, you know what? Just give me like the Mike's Way roast beef or something. Like, I don't know if I should order this here, but it's all fun and games. I just do think sometimes, man, you don't want to give up easy wins.
It does. Yeah, I could easily see why, just when you're very busy and you're cruising through the country and you're trying to get some decent meat and some decent food at a close location before you got to go to the next place, how you could easily make that misstep. But I mean, come on. If you're in Philadelphia, you got to get the Philly cheesesteak.
You didn't catch the words, or at least don't get a chicken cheesesteak from Jersey Mike's at the very least.
To do it in a place named after a tri-state competitor, come on, man.
I mean,
that's like, I don't know. That's like, what's another totally locally indigenous meal? That's like, is there any kind of gumbo in the South that is specific to a state, or a California roll is just like American sushi, but like
people get California rolls at like 7-Eleven.
Yeah, you could get that at 7-Eleven in Detroit if you want
honestly,
to.
I think that's one of the more unique ones, is the cheesesteak in Philadelphia. There's very other food items that are considered the X city Y item. You know what I mean? Like the Philly cheesesteak. So it was really funny. That was
that's
digging,
like being in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and ordering like a Nestle Butterfinger or something.
Like buying I don't know. But the bottom line is, I went looking to try to find, tell me if I missed one. I went looking to try to find some of the standard, either dismissive or kind of negative Andrew Yang articles I see whenever they happen to write about him. Happens a lot. And I didn't see that here. I know that they were positive. Don't get me wrong. Plenty of positive articles, plenty of people. But this was really interesting. I saw a couple of really positive articles talking about Andrew Yang in Philadelphia. I mean, the worst thing I could find about him was that he happened to go for the Jersey Mike's chicken cheesesteak. Whatever, man. But anyway, I think, I've been saying this, and I do kind of think it's happening. We are starting to see that legitimate movement in the Yang camp. The needle's moving. That 7% in California, I don't think is an anomaly. I think we're going to see him hitting double digits soon. And I think events like this, showing up to Philadelphia, getting the crowd roaring, impressing the journalists who show up with like, holy cow, these people, like, it's like a rock concert. They're waiting for him. They know what he's going to say, and they can't wait. It's like Andrew Dice Clay. You know what I mean? Like, they're just waiting to shout the joke back at him because they want to hear it so bad. And I think we're going to keep seeing some Yang. I would just, my last little bit on this, I would love to see that transfer to how he appears on the debate as well. It's not how he appears in the debate stage. The rallies, shows up to your city, makes some appearances. It's all good. The debate stage, we're not quite seeing that yet.
So anyway, guys, we want to know what you're thinking about this. This rally, over all the others, was very interesting to us. Covered a lot of bases. Seemed to be a little bit of a threshold for Andrew Yang, in which he seemed to very much come into his own and be very comfortable. And it seems like he's really hit his stride, at least in the term of rallies. I'd like to see that energy translate onto the debate stage. Some of the gaffes, definitely with our experience with him earlier last week in Los Angeles, and, the goofy thing of going to Jersey Mike's and not getting a Philly cheesesteak, definitely does confirm a belief that we have that maybe they're a little understaffed over there at the Yang campaign, and they don't quite have a PR guy that's really hitting all of the obvious layups as they gallop around the country.
Or at least when he goes, or just, man, get the chicken cheesesteak somewhere else.
American Jobs Factory, at this point, if you're in the Yang campaign, you just got to be thinking, hey, Daniel's following us around the country anyway. Why don't we just let him make a AAA triptych for us, in which we hit all of the spots you got to hit for some cheap heat. All right. So anyway, we got a lot of really cool videos coming up, guys, and we really want to include you in the conversation. Every once in a while, we jump on Discord, and I like talking in the voice chat with everybody on Discord. So if you don't follow us on Discord, please check out the link below. If you want to give us a little bit of coin, check out the PayPal link in the description below. You guys can contribute to our channel that way. We're going to be streaming twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch, so you guys can give us bits and contributions through Twitch. And also, if you guys want to buy a hat, make sure you check out the link on problemsolverpolitics.com, and you can purchase a hat in order to contribute to the channel and walk away with a little bit of merch. If you haven't liked this video yet, please like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you guys haven't commented yet, please let us know your thoughts below. We still try and read and respond to all of the comments that we can. And it also helps spread the message of Problem Solver Politics and all the good things that are happening here. So if you haven't been able to do that yet, please do it. This is Problem Solver Politics. We will see you guys in the next video.